Yo, you watching O.M.O Music? You checking out my YouTube channel. Peace.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my YouTube fans, also to my Twitter fans, and those that follow me on SoundCloud. I know I haven't been putting things up like I would like to, but that's actually going to change. In the next week or so, you'll see some new footage, some new beats definitely will be going up for those that actually follow me. And today I'm bringing exclusively to you one of my odd man out templates. And I'm doing this video actually to kind of explain to you what the template entails and the sounds that I'm actually giving away in actual Reason for those that use Reason 9, 9.5, and I'm sure this may work in Reason 7 as well as 8, if I'm not mistaken. We'll be doing a earlier version of Reason with the same template, but you won't have some of the actual plugins that are used in this actual template. But let me explain to you what this template is and what I've actually done in creating it. What we're looking at right now is the rack in Reason 9. And what I've done in this is I've given you guys an opportunity to have, as you can see, all of your pads mapped out into individual tracks so that you can easily mix. I'll let you see some of these things on here. And that's from the actual redrum, and those are some of my personal sounds that I used, and that's basically the basic sounds, and I usually go in and I actually layer those sounds. So what I've done was made this maybe even be a little bit better for you guys to understand. Let me pull up the mixer, and then I can explain to you what I've done. In the mixer, I have, as you can see, a reference track where you can actually put a reference track and reference your mix against other tracks that are actually created, so you can hear that. Also, the thing that I've done, I've mapped out some of the keys already for you guys. So if you would press R on your keyboard, this actually mutes everything in this template. Pressing it again will release that, of course. And what that does is it allows you to hear your reference track against what you're creating in Reason. And it's a good tool to have. You definitely need a reference track, or you should, for the music that you're trying to do, so that you can get an idea of balance and space and things of that nature. I have redrum from the rack that you guys see. I'll get into the rest of this stuff in a minute, but as you can see, you have all of these bust out, or I should say put into individual tracks. And if you were to play, you can see that, but you also see a redrum bus. This is all the drums going into one channel for mixing purposes. You can adjust this, adjust these as you would like, and that will give you really more control over what you're doing. And I did that as well. As you can see, the redrum here. And then you also have, of course, the Kong. And if you would go down here, you see me, this is my Kong plate, at least one of them. When you get into doing that, it's the same thing. I mapped out each individual Kong drum sound, It's 16 pads, so 16 different drum sounds. And I took those and I bust those out as well into a Kong bus, which allow you once again to have control over those sounds that are coming out of the Kong. And of course, once again, these are my own personal sounds that I'm actually giving away with the template as well. So you got crazy kick, got another kick. You know, definitely your low end stuff, right? Another kick, another. That's my famous, you know, that snare. Of course, and you get the picture of where I'm going. That's actually included in the template, so you can get started creating something right away with this template. It's not like others where you have to go in and start throwing instruments in. And all of these are mapped to individual channels and bust, once again, to its own bus channel, as you can see. Now we get down to the samples. For those that love to sample, I didn't put any samples in here. I didn't load any samples up, if I should say that. But as you can see, these are all, you have your Dr. Rex, you have your NN19, and of course the NNXT. Okay, let me get rid of these two, because those are not needed in there. And once again, you have your sample bus here, you have your sample bus there, okay? So you got your redrum, your Kong, and your sample bus, which again gives you control over your instruments. And here is a plug-in as well. I don't know if you guys are actually familiar with this, but it's actually a plugin. Let me pull it up so you guys can actually see what that is. It's called the Lil LFO, as you can see, and this is actually a free plugin that you can download from the rack extensions. Now let's get into the actual mixer part and kind of explain to you what I did here as well. For every instrument, okay, with the exception of well, let me turn that down too. And let me turn this down as well. I always do maybe a -2, -4, sometimes even a -6 on the gain of my channels. And I do that because when you're in the process of being creative and you're creating something, a lot of times when the instruments compile together, you get a louder tone or a loudness and volume, which tends to distort. So what I've done was went in and I turned the gain down on everything in here, with the exception of course, piano, bass, strings, and things of that nature. You can adjust those at your liking. I will turn it down for 4 decibels, just because I did it with everything else. But normally, those things, sometimes I leave up, and then I'll adjust according to liking or according to how sonically the song is sounding, and I go in and I adjust those. Okay, but for the sake of the template, I'll do that for you guys. So as you can see, the gain is down on everything in there, and that's just giving you that extra headroom that you'll need later on when adding compression and things of that nature. I also set the master compressor, which I love on I loved on the SSL console, the 4000, the G consoles and things like that, the actual consoles. It was something about the master bus compressor that kind of just glued everything together. And Propellerhead did a great job in reinventing that for Reason itself, and it's great. So I adjusted that for you guys and gave it a little makeup, and kept the threshold modest and the attack modest, and put the release at auto, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I also went in as well and I added some master plugins that I would use just for my instruments. And as you can see, let's get into, let's do this. Let me just show you something, what I mean by that. This is the kick, okay, from one of my drum kits, the banging kick. Now watch what happens when I start adding these different plugins that I have. Okay, so here we have the kick, right? Let me turn this on so you can see. This is the warm-up. Get rid of this. And we're going to go up here to the effects. See, the effects. And here you have the soft tube, okay? And of course, you can distort that thing, but I leave it modestly on just to give it that warmth tone, okay? And so you have the soft tube, and that's the actual free as well in Reason. So go in and download that as well if you don't have it already. And then what I did was I created several EQs, and of course you see the odd man out combinator, but it's an actual EQ. Open it up, you'll see what I've done, right? And let's just start applying these one by one so you can see sonically what it does to the instruments. And this is just a kick. This is the low. See how I give it? You hear it now? This is with the warm saturation on it. Here's with the EQ and the curve that I put on there. See how much more powerful that is? It's banging, right? So that's on EQ low imagery, okay? I got the mid on here. So that gives it a little bit more clarity in there. If I put it on here, crazy, right? That's here. And you can actually see what I did and how I curved that. See? Normal. Let's do it. Add another one in there. And this is just to give you guys an idea of what I've done to these individual plugins. See, each one is a different curve. Now watch this. See that? Take it off. It gives it a little bit of spikiness to it in the mid-range, but not too much, just enough to where you can hit it, click, click, click it there, see? Then there you go with the low end. First mid, second mid. Now watch when I put this high on there. See that? And that's your high. See, I got the curve in there, a little bump in there. And it just adds something to it. And the cool thing with this And why I did this is because some instruments may only need a little bit of low end punch, a little bit of mid range in there, a little bit of saturation in there. I've done that. Also, you can even put, I got parallel compression put in here as well. So if you had a kick and say you got a kick on and you have a snare, I have it, you can turn on the parallel compression and it already does it for you. Already. And, for those that know about parallel compression, it's always great to have, because sometimes you can have two different sounds kind of battling for the same frequencies, and it sometimes it gives you this muffled or a rumbling type sound. And you want to be able to separate that and have those things when they're competing, that when one is playing, one is lowering. When the other one is playing, the other one is lowering. And it keeps a nice even balance. So I set up a parallel compression 6 and 7 in there. So you can apply those. And when you apply those, you will hear the difference in your actual track. So that's something that I did for you. And I also went in and added a reverb, if you wanted to add reverb to each one of your different sounds. That's on plugin 8 and here. And this is all stock stuff. I just set it up for you already, just to make it a little bit easier. Modestly, if you wanted more, let's just say you wanted a little bit more. Let's do that. Let's go to the kick, right? Let's turn it on, right? Now we'll start adding. See, it gives you something in there, just with it being turned on, okay? And just adjusting what you want in there. That's already set up for you guys. You don't even have to worry about it. Just turn it on, and turn it on your channels, and you got it. You up and going, right? And another thing I did, if you click down here, right, I have instructions. This is a mid-size mastering router, okay? And what this does is this is going to allow you to check your mix in the mid-side range and mono check it as well as stereo, okay? And what happens is, let's just say we do this. And as you can see, if you press 1, the number 1 on your keyboard, or computer, whatever, it arms it. See, there's a difference. I take it off, press 1 again. Hear the difference? Now you're checking the mid side of it. If you hit 2, this is what it sounds like in mono. And if you check your challenge, you'll see what I'm saying. Okay? If you hit 3, gives you that soft, that compression on there to kind of glue things together. And you hit 4, that's the limiter. And those are all stock in there. If I open this up, you'll see it. This particular plugin is actually free too. Look it up. You guys will find out that Propellerhead has a lot of free tools that you can use with your music. You have to know what you're looking for and go and get it. Let me pull something in here so you guys can see this. Here's a file. I'm gonna pull this on the reference track. his reference tracks up so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about when I say the reference. Okay, let's just play this track I got. Now, look. Now, let me just turn the reference track on. That's all I want to hear. See? Turn the reference track off. You know. And let's just add some of these so you guys can get an idea. That's what the warm plug-in on. See? And you can, of course, do the levels, how much of that you want in your track. Let's add the low end. See how that came in? See? Here's the mid. See that? Here's the other mid. See, I've notched out frequencies for you guys. All right? Here's the high on there, all right? Color compression won't be needed at this point because this is a stereo track. So let's just add it in there. Just because this is vocal. Color compression 1 and 2. And here's the reverb on it. See that? Didn't make your track sound crazy, it actually enhanced the track, right? Just set all these back and turn them off, and you can see what I mean. It's crazy, right? This is it. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll add a link for the template for those who want it. Well, let me put it this way. Let me stop this. Go to oddmanoutmusic.com. Purchase the drum kits, right? Pick up some free stuff that I'm giving away on the site, because I give away free stuff. I'm not like a lot of these people. You got to buy every doggone thing. I give away free stuff. I give away beats for free. Now that's kind of crazy considering that I sell beats too. But I'm giving this away to you guys because I want to hear what you guys do with some of these drum sounds that I got. I want you guys to buy some of my drum kits. And look, if the drum kits are too expensive for you guys, tell me what you want to pay for. All right? And we'll make that happen just for you, just for the fans. Because I want you guys to be creative. I want music to continue to be relevant in your life. Buy it. If I gave everything away for free, what would it be worth to you? Nothing. So some of the stuff you guys got to purchase, all right? But I give away enough stuff for free so that you guys can go and be creative, even if you never buy any of my stuff. You get free stuff from me, okay? But do not get it twisted like I'm going to just take all the Odd Man Out Music free stuff and not back and support them. Because by me giving away free stuff, I'm supporting the movement of music for those that produce, especially producers, because you guys are always looking for stuff. You guys are always trying to get something that other people may not have, and I love it. I love it. This I'm giving away for free because I want you guys to be creative, okay? But please go out and support Odd Man Out Music so I can continue to give away free stuff for you guys. I give away free albums. I give away free drum kits. I give away free music. I do all of that, okay? But also support me because I'm supporting you guys as well. This is O.M.O Music. I love y'all. Continue to keep doing what you're doing. And peace out. Let it ride out.